Brian, the 2014 was also interesting because it's sort of the one and hopefully, maybe only, but hopefully not year that the Wii U had a good year, or a great year.
Yeah.
We had Smash, Bayonetta, and Mario Kart.
Yeah, I mean, great, gorgeous, original games, basically exclusive to the Nintendo console. It kind of felt like that year was going to be what all of the next few years were going to lead into, and obviously that didn't happen this year, and it doesn't look like it's happening next year. Maybe we'll see with Zelda and stuff like that. But yeah, Mario Kart was definitely one of those games that proved that you didn't need the best graphics in the world if you had really awesome art direction.
Yep.
And but it is gorgeous. I mean, it is gorgeous.
An incredibly gorgeous game, and I think a lot of that is because of the art style that they went with, which is fun and bright and colorful. And I think it's if we did this video series 10 years from now and we look back in this year again, I think Mario Kart would still look gorgeous.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's a lot of those classic Nintendo games. They are timeless.
Yeah.
Like you can go back and play these Super Nintendo games, and they are just as good as they were back in the '90s. And with Kart and Smash too, it proved that Nintendo is still sort of the flag bearer of local co-op and local like competitive, like, and being able to, like, I remember hooking it up in the theater here and we were playing Mario Kart all the time, or playing 8-player Smash at someone's house.
We played a lot of 8-player Smash.
Yeah, and it was just great, and it's yeah, I mean, it's a shame that we don't get more of those, but it was that year where I'm like, all right, I'm totally fine that I bought a Wii U, and I realized I'm probably gonna buy this thing for 10 games over the course of 4 years, but 3 of them come out this year.
Yeah. And Nintendo always leans on, obviously, familiar franchises, but they do it so well.
Yeah.
And it's like, I hadn't played the Wii U until Smash. Like, I was like, oh, okay, I want to check this out.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they don't annualize them. They take their time. Like Mario Kart 8 is very different feeling than 7, and each Smash is very different than the one before it. So it sort of feels like, and that pays off in, I mean, even though the Wii U console isn't a big success, Mario Kart, I was really surprised to read, sold 6 million copies, Mario Kart 8.
Yeah.
It's the best-selling Wii U game.
Oh, interesting.
Which is a great attach rate for people with the console.
Yeah, I mean, it's incredible.
There isn't a ton else to buy, but that's a great game. And what I really do enjoy about that is they took it kind of in the same direction they did with Smash Brothers, where it became this celebration of all things Nintendo. Like, you had Animal Crossing stuff in it, you had Zelda stuff in it, you had like Mii characters and stuff. All of a sudden, it just became like you were driving through Hyrule and some of the DLC, which, like, the DLC that they both gave away and sold was, like a third of the size of the game. There's just so much cool stuff.
Yeah. 2014 and into this year, 2015, has really been the year that I sort of trust Nintendo to get DLC right.
Yeah.
It's a new-ish thing for them. Microsoft and Sony have been doing it for about a decade. Nintendo's still kind of finding their feet. But like the Mario Kart DLC was very extensive, more so than I expected. They're still announcing and releasing new Smash characters. There's over 50. Cloud Strife's coming sometime next year.
Can we talk about the elephant in the room? Your Amiibo addiction?
I don't. Is that what history of awesome
That's what actually this is all led up to.
Just admitting it was a problem.
Yeah, I associate the launch of Smash with the first wave of Amiibo. That you got a whole lot of Amiibo on your desk. Your daughter.
Look at this guy.
Yeah, but you have a daughter. You have a daughter. You should
focus
for
on
college.
I don't have a daughter.
I'll sell. I'm saving. I'll sell. I can sell it anytime, and then we'll pay for a college.
Stop at any time.
I can stop at any moment.
Yeah.
But no, I mean,
Amiibo is really smart, though, right?
Yes, 100%. And it's what Nintendo, like, if you look back in the Wii U era, that's the one thing Nintendo, you're like, yep, well, you got that right.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Well, and they really, like, Skylanders makes $1 billion for Activision every year. Disney Infinity obviously has Star Wars and all those Disney franchises. And Nintendo is sort of mounting a credible challenge in that Toys to Life category. And it's arguably winning in some ways, even though there's no like dedicated Amiibo game. Yeah. I mean, it's great to see them. Nintendo's roots as a toy company. Yeah. And became a video game company over the last 30 years or so, like a relatively short period of time. Like to see them bring back some of that toy influence and that physical, physical goods is really
I think it helped too because for so long there wasn't really dedicated Nintendo toys. Like there weren't action figures. There was a couple like you have like those weird Zelda ones on your desk. They're just kind of wonky looking. Yeah. Jack Specifics does some stuff with them every now and then. But in terms of making high quality figurines, this was the first time they'd really done anything like that. Yeah. And the cool thing about them going after Smash Brothers was it allowed them to make characters like really deep cut things like the Duck Hunt dog and Rob the Robot and stuff that like I didn't have on my desk before that.
Yeah, like Andrew Goldfarb, a gigantic Earthbound fan. Like the Lucas Amiibo figurine is the only official Lucas anything that there's kind of ever
in
been.
the U.S. Yeah.
So for Game & Watch and stuff to get a figure as a side effect of being in Smash is really cool.